Hello, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen. Today I am offering you 3 different readings. I'm going to try to get into 3 collective energy groups. Perhaps you'll find some messages that resonate for you in one of them, 2 of them, 3, or none. But my sincerest hope for you is that you will pick one, first go, and it'll connect and you'll get everything you need from it. That's the best feeling. I love it when that synchronicity happens. That's what I hope for you today, if not here somewhere, you know? I'm going to be looking at where your connection is headed, potential challenges, what the person you're dealing with may be thinking and feeling, and what their intentions might be. I also, though, need to spend some time looking into what you may need to know or remember as you move through the uncertainty of this, because I believe that is exactly what we really need. Knowing what another person is thinking or feeling, I understand 100% why we consult tarot and oracles and psychics and, our own higher powers. I understand that as much as anyone, because that uncertainty it can be so uncomfortable and so triggering. I think it is important that we address this portion of the process, right? It's not just about what someone else is doing. And even though you want that information to make your own choices, the thing that I find really helpful in readings is the way the words hit you. Like when you're listening to a reading that feels right, it feels right. And then if you're listening to something that doesn't feel right, that's information for you too. Your intuition is saying, well, no, that's not us. That's, at least I know that much about us, So, sometimes it can be just as useful to hear things said that your intuition tells you is not your situation, So you can use readings that resonate really fully, and you can also utilize readings that really aren't yours, because they're still telling you what you know. You know what I mean? Okay, that said, 1, 2, 3, and I have a still to insert for you for a little bit better close-up view. From the Untamed Elemental deck, I have shown you an oracle, and there are some beneath, just a couple. But the first group has Labradorite and Mountain is the card. The second group has this Lepidolite with pink tourmaline, and the card is Owl. And third group is Blue Kyanite, and the card is Spider. They're beautiful, right? So feel in, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi to group 1. You chose Labradorite and you saw the Mountain. The other 2 cards I pulled for you are Curiosity and Ant. These are very supportive of each other, very thematically in line with each other. There's a very clear message here for you. Now, my ability to convey that through words may not be as clear, but bear with me. My intentions are good. I just struggle. Mountain speaks about alignment, and this is the flow of energy through you, that when you're in alignment, and just think literally your spinal alignment. If you think of like your chakra system and this cord running up the center of yourself, like this beam of energy, so to speak, like connected to the core of the earth and shooting up into the cosmos, right? This is where, when, you know, things are unblocked, you open this channel and you can feel everything here on the physical realm, and you can feel beyond as well through your crown, and it's nice. And if you're feeling uncertain, because this is the part where I'm asking like what you need to know or remember as you move through anxiety or uncertainty, you know, sometimes just setting your posture into like a nice straight upright line, and really just, you know, sinking your base down into the earth, and stretching tall and reaching through your crown to the light above, that is going to center you and give you more awareness of what is really happening here and in the spiritual realm. It is going to give you a more clear connection for receiving messages. It's going to give you just a greater vital feeling of being able to sort of locate your where you are in it all, you know, like, because we can feel lost and scattered and scrambly, especially when our emotions are washing over us and putting us into the fetal position. So like, you know, it only takes a few seconds to really just sort of check your posture, get into a position of you know, alignment physically, so that you can begin to breathe into this cord, you know, visualize light coming through your cord up and down. I like to picture it like one of those sci-fi elevators in the sky. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but anyway, you know, this is a channel that runs through you, and when we get bogged down emotionally, it can be difficult to take care of it and realize all the power that we have, like right there in running through us, to harness those emotions, and sort of like, I just pictured like, you know, like a harnessing a horse and giving this horse a carrot, you know, like basically like, yo, like, you got you know, you have you. And it's a beautiful power that we as people have, and as people who aspire to be ascended and aligned, and want to seek the light and the truth, and to find purpose and meaning in life. Like, we are really steps and steps ahead in, you know, being able to find this kind of peace within, because just the awareness alone is beneficial. So, and no, I don't believe everyone is built the same. I do think we have it in us to be awakened, to be aligned, but many humans go through life, and no, I don't believe they really tap that deeply into it for whatever reason. That's just the humanity that we're living in and dealing with. So those of us who crave the spiritual connectedness are, in my mind, really essential workers at this point. We have a lot of work to do to balance out some of the flaws of humanity and the things that are happening here to each other, to the planet, to natural life, all that. Anyway, can I not go off like that? I don't know. Curiosity is telling me that you are, you might have some air in your chart, and even if it's only a little, look at where it is. But anyway, that's beside the point. You could, curiosity is talking to me about that drive within you to know more and to learn more and to sponge up like experience, and that you value what it is perspective brings, that you understand that having walked in different pairs of shoes throughout your life is going to add to the colors of your light, right? And I think that it's a good time when you're going through, oh, you know, if you're going through something with that's uncomfortable or triggering, that's emotionally like maybe heavy in your heart, or causing you to have flutters or any sort of uncertainty and doubt, or just worry or concern. This could be a really good opportunity for you to, I hate to say distract yourself, but like, because this is a very focus oriented reading, but it's not distraction, but it's moving your focus, you know? Like if you can move your focus from this place inside you that is aching, or this place inside you that is, you know, shaking, so to speak. Like if you can move that focus to other things in life that interest you, you might fall in the rabbit hole, you know, and in a good way, like Alice, you know, like you go in and then like, you come out with all this information and these surprises, and is very fulfilling. And I feel that this is an excellent opportunity for me to share with you something that I want to do either a post or a different video about anyway. And that is, I revisited this book last night, and it's called, it's Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Piccola Estes. And it's super famous and very classic in the spiritual sense. But, you know, this wolf on this card, and this sort of stuff that came to me last night when I was just flipping through and catching some of her words, is the connectedness that you open up to when you just shift your focus just away from someone or something that is pulling on you, and or casting some sort of shade. Not that you don't need to address that, but when you can sort of like twist your focus into something that interests you, something else in life that interests you, you might find this sort of answers that you're looking for. Like it's like if you're so focused on a person or a relationship, for example, and then you just take some time for yourself and consciously check your posture, you know, take some deep breaths, try to plant your feet on the earth, and like really like just turn your head just a few degrees and think of something else that interests you in life and dive in. And so having done that last night myself, I was looking into this book, and I had such a flood of clicking information, you know, like such a beautiful, just big, I don't know how to describe it, like just this big drink of water, you know, like just this quenching of this thirst for understanding that you may not have even known you had. Like I had that when I found a passage in this book that helped me remember some things. It helped me remember some things about who I am, who I've always been, who my ancestors are, and the importance of remembering all of that. And you know, I know I sound really crazy, but if you're following me, I hope, you know, I hope it's not too crazy. But that, okay, so Ant is about focus as well. Ant is, you know, look, I don't love ants at all. Like I don't like them. They're one of the only things I just freely murder in my home. Like they're just so annoying. But like that's beside the point. You got to respect the perseverance aspect of the ant. They are determined. They are dedicated to whatever their weird little purpose is. Like I'm sure it's great. I mean, I love life, but like, you know, they're kind of amazing. They come out. They've got a job to do. They're on a mission. They'll die for it. They're like, is anyone that determined? They are determined. They're dedicated to getting the results, you know? So, you know, again, it's the focus over here that I feel you need to find a way to shift. And I really believe that when you're in uncertain moments, or potentially anxious moments, that, you know, be still, turn your head just a few degrees and look at something else. Just look at something else and go in. You know, like I said, like Alice through the looking glass and that rabbit hole, or wherever, all the places she went to find weird stuff. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you should remember to do. And it's amazing what a little effort can bring you if you just really want to take care of yourself, if that's what you truly, truly want. Like, do you want the undying love of this person more than you just want to be okay? Or do you think that's what's going to make you okay? Or do you know, what is it that you're not addressing? Is it the rejection? Is it the fear of rejection? Is it the fear of abandonment? Is it, like, there's so many things it could be. And, you know, you could look at it, but then again, you know, sometimes you have to step away from analyzing your triggers and your shadow, you know, and like, certainly have to step away from wondering and worrying about what somebody else thinks and does. And, you know, sometimes the answer is very clear, and a person is simply just not invested. And sometimes they just are having troubles being invested. And I think on these readings, we like to hear, you know, what's going on, because it's like, do I give up or not? Do I walk away or not? Do I keep holding on to this because I like this, but, you know, is there, or I think a lot of times we're hoping that they're going to change. And I think sometimes it's possible that someone has some growing to do, and sometimes it's really just not. And regardless of what they're doing, you have you. So just remain open, remain curious, seek, you know, seek out all the other parts of life that bring you some sense of belonging, some sense of connectedness, some information that just like really makes you tick, you know what I mean? Like makes you feel like satisfied. Like, we all have our interests, hopefully. Anyway, I don't know if that rambling mess was helpful, but my point being, and it's really perfect with Labradorite, you know, just focus on your own alignment and your own energy flow that runs through you. Visualize that cord, visualize that light and energy. Think of the earth beneath you and think of the cosmos above you. And don't give up on your mission. That is not about any one connection except your own connection with your self and your higher self. That is the connection that you need to focus on above all else. And I know how difficult that can be, but yeah, embrace your curiosity, and maybe check out this book that I was telling you about. I'll show you one more time. Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. Okay, let's get into your tarot. Now that I've told you why you don't need to worry about what someone else is doing. Okay. I've got a couple of decks on deck here. I'm going to use this Mystic Medleys, which I was going to unload, but I got I couldn't do it. I wanted to keep it. I'm keeping it longer. I just have too many. I have too many decks, and I'm trying to downsize. I don't like having a lot of stuff. That's just how I am. I don't like having, I don't like having too much stuff around. I'm going to do a simple layout about where this connection is headed and potential challenges first, and then we're going to look at them. All right. about where this connection is headed for Labradorite number 1. Ace of Pentacles. And this connection is headed for Labradorite number 1. Oh, wow. Where this connection is headed for Labradorite number 1. 7 of Swords. Oof, that metal gets hot. Oh, shit. All right, I'm just going to put it like that. Okay. Potential challenges. Potential challenges, especially regarding this Ace of Pentacles. For number 1, Lab. 4 of Swords. Potential challenges, especially regarding the 6 of Pentacles for Labradorite number 1. All right. I promise I'm not going to fuss over this too much. I just want to find the right way to fit them. And potential challenges, especially regarding the 7 of Swords for Labradorite number 1. Page. Okay. All right. So where this connection at this moment is headed is something that got off to a great start and a really promising start and felt really like a well-matched energy. Like it may be continuing to be this this well-matched energy. Like that may not change. There may be a feeling of, you know, knowing that this is someone who, like, it's a mutual benefit, you know, like there's something that you have to offer each other that you need right now. But there is an element here with the 7 of Swords. Someone isn't being honest about what they really need and want, is what I'm getting. This is especially tied to the beginning, the oracle cards. There's, when I was talking about like your own curiosity and your own thirst, your own quest, your own purpose, you know, your path. Like this is, there's something that maybe you're just not being honest about what it is you really need and want, or maybe you feel that this person isn't being honest with you about how they feel. At any rate, there's something in the communication between you and this person that isn't flowing, that isn't true. And I don't mean like someone's lying. It feels more like withholding. It feels more like not, it's like omission, you know, like lying by omission. It's not that someone's lying, it's just someone's not saying the truth about something. And I feel that it is both. It is you potentially probably not noticing something that you really need and want. Maybe you've even communicated it, but it's not fulfilling you, and you have to be honest with yourself about that. And then there's, you know, this possibility that you aren't sure if they're being honest with you, but like I said, at the very least, I think they're just not saying how they genuinely, truly feel. Maybe they haven't been very emotionally open, or at least lately. Maybe they started out, you know, full force. Like super excited and interested. And you know, this Ace of Pentacles reminds me of that curiosity card. And as far as like the connection goes, I think there was in the beginning of this, and maybe you are still in that, a um a curiosity about each other, like a real sort of, there's definitely this willingness and interest in getting to know one another, which is a great feeling to be like, oh wow, I like you and you like me too. Okay, like, you know, and then it's kind of like, well, what's up? Like there's something is off is what I'm getting. And then, you know, this Four of Swords down here beneath this great star is telling me that there's definitely some contemplation happening and some sort of pulling back, some sort of it may be subtle or it may be very recognized, but it speaks of, you know, kind of a slowing down of what had started, like this sort of like going into a period of like slowing it way down and kind of just like sleeping on it, thinking about it. That's Four of Swords energy. So yeah, it does seem like there's a challenge in like this momentum that started in the beginning because someone is pulling pulling back, I think. And then with this feeling of like mutual benefit and mutual sort of like respect, and it's really a mutual benefit feeling. It's kind of like possibly even friends with benefits is something that has come up, like you each get something out of this connection. And I think you know, that's not debatable, that there's clearly something between you that, you know, that you wanted and they wanted, or you want and they want. Like there's something that made it worth, you know, even doing. So then the Six of Wands is giving me the feeling that it really, that hasn't changed. There's not a challenge in the area of what that benefit is. Like there's not there's no I don't think there's a challenge in the things that drew you initially together. There's respect for who you are. You like what you like about each other. Six of Wands is a card of, you know, just really thinking highly of each other. And I think that the parts of the two of you that were attracted to each other are still there. And then to get the Page of Swords as a challenge beneath the Seven, it really just has to do with trying to open up that communication and coming from an honest place. And it takes some vulnerability. So I don't know that this person is able to do that. You know, this is like, they may be sweet and they may be saying the right things and they may be, you know, trying to explain away they're pulling back in a gentle way, but it doesn't necessarily, you know, I don't necessarily see them being in a place of, you know, a knight or a queen or a king of swords who is ready to just really open up and communicate freely and openly about the situation with you, or what it is that, you know, to really expand on what this is that has been omitted, whether it's like, you know, that they have feelings that are overwhelming them. You know, it could be that they have feelings that they really really do like you, but it's overwhelming them and they've pulled into this like, whoa 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 whoa, slowing it down. So yeah, like as far as your potentially not really seeing something or admitting something to yourself about the situation, something that isn't working for you deep on a deeper level, I think that an attempt to communicate is just your best move, you know? Like you can try to just, you can state your needs, and then that person can do with that what they choose to do. And you know, what you choose to do with their choice is also, you know, up to you. So I think what I would next want to do is take a look at their thoughts, feelings, and intentions with this Spirit Speaks deck. Now let me see this person's thoughts, feelings, and intentions, please. How do they feel? How do they feel? What are they thinking? How are they feeling? How is this person feeling? And the one in the laboratory feeling about you. Justice. The feeling. Okay. They want to do the right thing. They do feel that you guys work well together. This harkens back to this Six of Pentacles here with this justice and these scales and the weighing and the balance. Like, it's a great give and take, and it's also, you know, this feeling of wanting to have that and keep that, but there's also a feeling of them having it being a lot for them. There's a feeling of it, the idea of, this is Ten of Pentacles, the idea of it being the end, you know, like the one, like the commitment, the situation, the relationship, it's something they think about, they consider, but I believe that they are still just in that consideration energy. The Justice tells me that, and the Four of Swords tells me that. I believe they are really feeling, you know, they could commit with you, they could move forward with you and try to, you know, do the thing with you, like this Ace of Pentacles to this 10. It is something that they give thought to, and they definitely want to do right by you, but they also really, really want to do right by themselves. Like, it's just, they realize the weight of a committed relationship. They, you know, some people enter these really lightly. This is someone who doesn't. This is someone who considers it a little more thoroughly. Maybe they've been burned. Maybe, you know, there could be a million reasons why. But I do feel that they are considering what to do, how to do this, and whether or not to continue to invest, because, you know, it's they can visualize it, and yet that might seem a little overwhelming. What are they thinking? Tell me about the thoughts this person's having. Thoughts this person's having about your connection. I already know how they feel about you. I think they think very highly of you. They enjoy time with you. They think you're a catch. They think about the connection, though. They feel lucky, actually. They feel like they feel lucky that you even like them. They do think really highly of you. They're just this just echoes again, like their thoughts of just sort of like, I just get like this spinning, like this wheel of fortune is spinning in their thoughts. It's still spinning and it hasn't stopped yet, like it hasn't, they're over here trying to like feel it out, and their mind, the thoughts of what this is, what it should be, what they really want, what you really need, like all of the thoughts are spinning. But they do think that you're a catch, and they'd be, lucky to even have the chance to consider this. But they're gonna be more kind of grounded and methodical about entering a committed relationship, and more about thoughts with this wheel. Yeah, they're just really thinking about, it's the Chariot. They're really thinking about the destination, like what is the destination and how to get there. They don't want you, they don't want to hurt you, and they don't want to be hurt, and they just want everything to be great. They may be in a little bit of denial about like certain things about life, like maybe like this, I feel this sort of like I would say unreadiness, but I really translate that to unwillingness at this point. Like that's how I would translate what ready is. This unwillingness to let go, and let go of preconceived ideas about, what's going on and what they want, and but there is a beautiful feeling here, though, that in their thoughts, there's nothing about you personally that they are thinking is like, deal breaker, red flag, like for sure. Like there's stuff to contemplate. There's stuff that's happened between you or that exists in your connection or in your separate individual lives that they have to consider. But as far as like you personally, there's no problem there in what and how they think of you. It's really, really great. Okay. What do they intend to do? What are their current intentions for Labradorite number 1? We have Temperance. I'm going to put it right here. They want to they want to balance this out and take it slow, take some time. They want to, just carefully mix the two of you together. Like, like that's so literal for Temperance, but like it's true. Like they want to, like, I just see them just like in a little laboratory, like, you see those memes or videos, I don't know what you call that stuff, of people like, this is God making a, specific zodiac sign, and they're like pouring like these parts together. Like this person is just really wants to, like, they intend to just move carefully and naturally and with more patience than you may have through like something good. They want to create something good, but they need to do it in a very like healthy and natural way. And I see them using a lot of restraint in order to do that. Like I see them, this isn't, their nature isn't necessarily to to be so careful. But like I said, it might have to do with like having been burned or whatever in the past, or just knowing the weight involved. But they would like, they intend to, I think, just really keep going forward in this, in the healthiest way they know how. And it's interesting because if they aren't as open in communication, that may be something that they know about themselves and have to figure out. They may see that as them not being ready or willing to be ready, you know, like get ready, try, you know. It's hard to say what, you know, what would make a person let go and be vulnerable and communicate their truest intentions and feelings. What do they plan to do? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, they just keep, they're just gonna keep going. Like, as long as you'll let them, they're gonna keep going. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't think they are as worried as you. And maybe your worry is affecting things. However, this is good intentions, you know, like you can't argue with someone trying to move carefully, naturally, slowly with, you know, what's the word? Consciously, like mindfully. I see this as a mindful momentum, like, but then here I'm just feeling like they intend to look at everything as they have been, sort these thoughts that are spinning and weighing these feelings that they have and the fears that they have and the potential that they see and the greatness they see about you. They intend to just move forward in the most grounded way, and they care about you really deeply, and they want to continue to express that care, and they believe that you are really compassionate and sweet, and they want to honor that. Okay, so I think I'm going to go back to this deck and just sort of, let me just see what a potential, based on current energies, what's up with, how's the outcome looking here for the near future? How are things looking in the very near future for this connection? Number one. Great. The world. Some people say the world is completing a chapter and finishing a cycle. This could be a cycle within your relationship itself that needed to kind of like round out. I feel the current energy of your connection is, there's a lot here about perspective, and it's really going to be up to both of you to maintain a sort of optimistic outlook. You can keep moving forward, but if there's something that isn't fulfilling you, you know, you have to remember that there are other options and possibilities. There's a whole world of possibilities. With this particular connection, there's nothing that is like, oh no, you know, like there's not a lot of like The only thing here that's like red flaggy, you know, at all in these cards is this Seven of Swords, which it just isn't, and it's not even bad. It's just somebody, it could be, but I feel it has to do with someone just not being completely honest and open about what they really think and feel. And you know, Four of Swords isn't always a bad thing either, to be in a space of thinking it over and sleeping on it and taking a little time out, rest space. That's all good. So just you are in charge of your reactions in this connection and your continued effort. And you can wait and see and try to take on the same, you know, Temperance, Queen of Pentacles approach, which is just going very naturally, perhaps a little slower, just very mindfully, and just honoring what you have that you like in each other. This Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands stuff, this mutual benefit that you have. But if at any point it doesn't feel right to you, you should consider, you know, through your own aligned self and your curious self, what else might be out there for you, if this is truly, truly, truly something worthy of all your time and energy. Because if it's not, you know, this looks like someone who would completely understand that and has the same concerns. That's what I have. That is what I have. All right. Okay. I'm going to end on that, and I hope it was in any way helpful. And I just want to say, if you're still listening, there's no, you know, I feel like a lot of readings on YouTube are just like, and this and this and this and this and this and this is gonna happen and this is what's going on, and it's like, you know, you can believe anything you want and you can follow all that you want, but a lot of times tarot readings should be left a little more, especially general, my goodness, like should be left to, you know, a little more open, because this is not for one person. This is hoping to address like a whole bunch of different situations that may have found themselves in a similar energy. So, you know, parts of this might be right for you and parts might not. But, you know, to hear any reading ever and expect, like you see it in the movies, you want to hear this like fortune teller with a crystal ball just be like, and this is what's going to happen. And I just want to tell you, that rarely happens. Rarely. It's just not how it works. And it's unfortunate that, you know, we want that, but like it's unfortunate that you know, the lore of our culture and all worldwide, like that there's this sort of idea that you're gonna like just be told everything, you know, that because it just doesn't work that way. I hope you understand what I mean, and I hope that you can appreciate the morsels of information that you can get from a reading that don't try to tell you every damn thing, right? Okay, that's it. I'm ranty. Bye. Hi, group 2. You chose this lepidolite and pink tourmaline and this owl you saw. And the other 2 oracles I pulled for you are Inspiration and Raven. Okay. This is the portion that is meant to help me talk to you about what you need to know or remember as you move through the uncertainty or anything that is uncomfortable about it. If there's anything uncomfortable about it. Most of us seek answers because we want to know. We need to know. We feel we need to know. So we do the best we can. Dealing with other people is complex. I'll say that. So, owl, first of all, your oracles here are full of messenger energy, which indicates to me a closeness for you to personally be receiving the messages that you need. Like, all three of these are messenger energy. The owl being so close to divinity, and this is the one that speaks of clarity in the dark and the wisdom. We always think of the owl, the wise owl, who not only knowing what is happening or around you energetically, knowing sort of how things work. There's also this piece of that is knowledge based, that is experienced based, and it's basically remember from things you've already learned. Use that life experience, use that knowledge to help you navigate these other more intangible knowingness feelings that you receive. With the owl, there's also a powerful highlight on like solitude. Like I believe it is in your more quiet, still moments that you'll be able to tap into the messengers and messages available to you. Messages can come through any variety of means. I mean, obviously the synchronicity, like seeing the numbers and seeing things that are relevant to you, or hearing songs that you were just thinking of or that are relevant to you. There are so many ways in life, that our messages from our higher selves reach us, and it's in our immediate physical world. It's farther out in our physical world. It's in the things that we focus on and the things that we look at, and it's really easy to miss them if we're just going about our day and fully like just not trying to pay attention to them. So this is just telling me to tell you that you need to pay attention to the messages, because they're plentiful for you now, and you're going to be able to see them, see the information, and feel and hear whichever is your most powerful sense, or all of them, or whatever works for you. You'll be able to receive that in places you haven't before, is what I feel. You're gonna potentially surprise yourself at some of the new the new ways you realize you are receiving information. The raven is such another powerful messenger, also very connected to and affiliated with archetypal gods, especially like Norse, Celtic. There's a lot of stuff with them, and they're really your right hand man, you know what I mean? Like the raven, I think of Thor and his ravens, and like it's really the messengers that are so loyal to you, and I think there's a message here that you're not going to let yourself down, and anything that is spiritually guiding you and assisting you, whether that's ancestors, spirit guides that you're aligned with, whatever you believe your higher power to be, or just your own higher super conscience, whatever that is, this is loyalty to you. I believe like there's no other reason for you to receive this information. You are not being tricked. There are no tricks in the feeling. There's no, our minds may try to play tricks on us, but intuition isn't in your mind per se. It's in your heart and in your third eye and in your in your stomach. You know, like there are a lot of places where you can feel your intuition. I can't, it's certainly not just those places. It's different for other people. Those are some places I feel it. I believe that for you, you know, to get yourself through more uncomfortable stuff, you know, like the uncertainty, just, it's really just important. Yours is really simple. It's really just important for you to open up to the messages that are being given to you. There's no ambiguity here for me. I believe it's very clear. You're connected, and you can trust yourself, and you can trust the information that you feel. And I understand how it can be to sift through and wonder, like, is this just what I want it to be? Is it, like, it's hard to trust yourself sometimes. Like, is this just what I hope, or you know, is what I'm thinking born of, you know, defense mechanisms or in wishful thinking, or am I actually accessing the truth, you know? My answer to that is going to be when you just get still and quiet and go within. And that could be, you know, just laying in the dark in your bed, listening to something that brings your mind, winds your mind down, you know. You could listen to, I mean, everybody's got their own taste. Some people like to hear, and it's all available, you know, even YouTube, it just has tons of audio sampling. So you can listen to waves in the ocean. You can listen to rain. You can listen to whales. You know, those are the sorts of things you might use to soothe yourself when you're in a really heightened emotional state, I would say. And you can listen to, you know, just the frequency, different frequencies to just sort of that are sort of psychologically bring you down and bring you not down, but like down to earth, like down to grounding, and open your consciousness a little bit. There's all that kind of stuff out there. And there's also, you know, I'm listening to, and I don't know if you can hear it, I have on here in the background a heartbeat. I find when I'm reading, I've been using this a little bit sometimes, it just brings me back to center for what I'm trying to do. And that is, like I said, I use my intuition largely in my heart chakra, like is where a lot of my stuff falls. Like, I mean, yes, the crown, yes, the third eye, yes, the throat. Those are all really, everyone is significant to receiving information, but like, yeah, it comes past those and through those. But I find what settles in my heart is where I speak from more truth and confidence. And when I'm still enough and calm enough, I can feel it there, my intuition. So I like to use the heartbeat sound when I'm doing readings lately, because when I get quiet and try to listen in, it just sort of is in the background there to have me listen in. So I don't know if that was useful for you, but that's what I'm attempting to do, is to give you some kind of tools right now. Furthermore, yeah, I just get a real sense of you finding light and answers in darker stillness, and also that your information is plentiful around you. And one more thing would be to, I think maybe I mentioned it, to look for these messages. Oh yeah, I think I did. Look for these messages in places that you haven't before, or that you never realized you could. They're really literally in everything. I mean, how do you think we get like, what is it, like coffee coffee cup readings and tea leaf readings and all of these mystical methods over the ages. They come from, you know, people realizing that we can get messages and our brains work in a funny way and our frequencies are all over the place. So yeah, that's my message to you. So let me get these out of the way and just dive into the tarot for your relationship situationship. I'm going to use, I have Spirit speak for them, for their thoughts, feelings, intentions, and I'm using this Mystic Medleys for some questions I have around where your connection is headed and potential challenges. Number 2, highlight owls. Spirit, talk to me about where this, well, all right, I'm taking note of what I'm seeing on this card, but I'm not keeping it. It's an Ace of Wands. Where's this connection headed? Where's this connection headed? Whoa, they're just coming out. And that was the world. They're not coming out. I have my eyes closed. There's a difference. All right, Spirit, where's this connection headed? Page of Pentacles. Oh my God. Okay, come on. Five of Cups. This is off the bat just hitting me as a near miss or an almost breakup, like or a breakup and a getting back together situation. Ooh. Sorry, I just thought I felt something in my hair. Ooh, okay. Hold on. What was that? You never know. Okay. We'll get more into that. I'm going to go ahead and get the challenges. Challenges, please, for number 2. Especially regarding this Page of Pentacles. Challenges ahead. High Priestess. Challenges, especially regarding this 5 of Cups and where this connection is headed. This Pillory and number 2. Oh my goodness. Okay. And challenges for especially the Chariot. Where this connection is headed and it'll be number 2. That's the second time 7 of Swords came up. All right. So with the Page of Pentacles here for where this connection is headed, I get the feeling that there feels like I don't know how to describe this. Like it's like it's really like taking a close look at this connection with the eyes of someone who is not ready, you know. Page always being the more kind of like more naive of the court, and the Pentacles being about like, you know, creating something substantial and 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 you know, solid and grounded. And this is just, it feels like there's a lot of not there, I think there's some introspection happening respectively between you, but there's really like just a kind of looking into the connection to see like whether or not you know, it's even really doable or in the best interest, you know, because I'm not sure this person knows what their interests are. However, with the Five of Cups, you know, it feels like there is that moment or period of sadness, of not knowing what is happening and not knowing how you or they feel, or them not knowing how they themselves or you feel. Like this lack of awareness about the emotions, the emotional depth, the emotional content. Like there's this just this sort of like looking at the relationship or the connection between the two of you, it's just not going to work. But then there's this shift of realization that there's still a desire to make it work, and there's still a desire to have it come into, you know, everything you want it to be. And to this could be a matter of I dare say like pushing someone to through manifestation to get where you want them to be when they're not necessarily like there or ready. You know, because I think with the challenge to the Page of Pentacles and this being able to look into the relationship, the challenge being a high priestess, it seems to me what I get here is you see more. You see more potential. You see more dare I say magic, just probably in general and in your life. But I don't feel that the other person is where you are spiritually. I mean, I just remembered, yeah, we just had all the owl and the raven and all this talk about like you and your messages. I don't believe this person is as spiritually attuned as you, and it doesn't mean they can't be or won't be, but I feel that, you know, things that you believe in and your sort of lust for life and willingness to just really revel in goodness and honesty and feelings and like growth and all of that, you know, your own connectedness and intuition is sharper, and you're able to be like, hey, this could be really good for us, like this could be good. And this person is kind of like I'm not sure, like, what's good. Like, I don't know if I know what good even is. Like, I don't know what I think good is. I don't know. They just strike me as someone kind of like really on the fence about what they're doing in general, and really potentially having a bit of a pessimistic, more of a pessimistic outlook, whereas you would like to be able to just, like, I think, run full speed ahead with a really positive outlook, you know? And it's not that they're a negative person. I just don't know that you're just different. You're just, I definitely feel that this is two very different people from each other, you and them. And the Nine of Wands as a challenge for this Five of Cups energy, which was, you know, just a potential kind of like turning away or feeling like it's not really enough. And but then, you know, maybe I really get the sense with this one, there will be a matter of a second chance or a renewal or another try, you know, is basically the big energy on this one for me. But with this Nine of Wands being the challenge there, it's just, there's a bit of it's almost like a battle of the wills, you know? Like, you can't make them see what you are and what you have. You can't force them to do that. They will have to do that themselves. They have to find that and see that. And, you know, I could advise all day, but on how to, like, just like sit with yourself while they sort that. But I, you know, it doesn't, who knows? I just think that you may be encountering or in a situation that is in a space or a break or even a breakup, where it's going to probably require someone being able to, like, stand up and be like, you know what, I do want what what I saw in there. Like, I do want what that connection can offer me, you know? Over here, Seven of Swords as a challenge is a little, of course, Seven of Swords isn't a fun card, but, like, it's about, I think the challenge in moving forward in this connection, the challenge in, like, fully committing and going in and going all in and going for it, is this just really not wanting, this reluctance to take responsibility for what that all means. And so you, like I said, you're dealing with someone who is probably very different from you and has a different approach and has a different outlook, and maybe is a little more cautious and wary or naive, I dare say. But, like, they also may be someone who's just like, maybe they want to say, they may say that they want to move forward and not really show up, not really own that decision, you know, like, they may not, like, be accountable for the things they say and do, and that choice to actually move forward. So here I see there may be instances of you dealing with, like, mixed messages and hot and cold type energy, like pulling away and coming back, and pulling away and coming back. This connection and relationship may have a bit of that. Do you like my squeaky nasal passage? I want to look at what's going on with them with this deck. Let me reach into what Spirit can tell me their thoughts. We're looking at number 2. Two of Pillars. This person, what? Oh, let me do feelings actually first. How are they feeling? Okay. Three of Swords is heartbreak. Tell me more about how they're feeling. Five of Swords, conflict. Okay. So when I said the pullback energy or the like break, whatever, you heard what I said. That looks like what's going on. At least from their perspective currently. They may be sad, they may be feeling some regret and loss. And over conflict that you've had. It's pretty clear, pretty plain and simple, actually. Three of Swords and Five of Swords. Just feeling sad. They may be feeling a bit torn up and just down from disagreements or just whatever kind of shit that happened between you or is happening between you. Like this, it's like argumentative, and I see them more shut down than defensive at this point. Like more just kind of like in the Five of Cups with the Five of Swords, like currently, like just kind of like, this isn't good, this isn't great, this isn't working, we have all these differences, you know, but yet there is this part of them, they're sad about that, you know, and they don't seem to realize that there's still possibility here, right, at this point. Let me get into their thoughts, please. Oh, okay. The Lovers. That was a strong hit, you guys. Tell me more about their thoughts right now. Queen of Swords. All right, so they're thinking about your connection, and they're thinking about what they may be losing or have lost, and they're really using their mind here. Like, we're in the thoughts, and it's the Queen of Swords, and like this is somebody who's really kind of getting it mentally together, like really beginning to like take a cold hard look at the situation and like think about it. Like they may be thinking about the argument, thinking about arguments, or thinking about like just general clash between your personalities. I feel like there's a bit of a personality clash. That doesn't mean, you know, opposites still attract. But I feel that they're very in their thoughts. Here, you've got Three of Swords and Five of Swords and their feelings. Their feelings are affecting their thoughts big time. Like their feelings and thoughts are very enmeshed right now. Like this is mental energy and their feelings, and here they are in their thoughts with the Queen of all things of Swords, and that's very much like really trying to sort it out, really trying to figure out, you know, how they feel about your bond or your connection, and what they think rationally it is, and trying to make sense of it, trying to make sense of what's happened between you, trying to make sense of what could be. I think they genuinely like are leaning toward wanting, you know, this Chariot and this like forward with you, moving forward with you toward good things, and then, you know, them having to gain the whether or not they can gain the courage and the conviction to, and the drop their pride enough to like look at what's still there between you. And I think they will, and I think they can. And the only caution here is the Seven of Swords with the Chariot, as far as like, you know, like not being able to realistically in the future deliver what they, what they promise. To be honest, just a warning. You need to think about that too. What do you think they're capable of? What do you think this person is legitimately, like, honestly capable of? And it's not a question of their morals or their ethics. It really feels to me more like a question of their experience and where they are in their healing as a human and as a person who's able to, like, give and receive. Let's look at what their intentions are. Show me the intentions of this person toward our lapellite house. Number 2. Fool. They are intending to take the leap and just, like, see what can happen. Hold on. Their intentions. And there's the 10 of Swords. Okay. I think that they are wanting to bring this from the brink of ending, like I talked about here, or bring it back from the dead. Revive. They feel there's a need to begin again. They feel that they want to put the arguing and the problems and the negativity between you behind you and start again. And that's their intention. They, whether or not they're 100% aware of it right now, they're thinking about it and they're feeling about it, and it's sort of in progress. I do get the sense that this person is very much feeling something that they don't understand, feeling they're trying to make sense of a lot of their feelings and your connection, and why is it affecting them this way? Why, did things happen the way they happen? Like, just a lot of analyzing going on, and a lot of not feeling good about how things have been going on, and them, needing to find their courage and claim you, and claim, I don't mean like to own you, but like to admit to you, like, what they want, and that may be difficult for them. I think it's important for you to remember what you have to give may not equal the same sort of, like, energetic amount that this person is willing to freely give, or even has the awareness to give right now. Yeah, you seem just super different from each other, so it may or may not make a lot of sense. So this person is trying to make sense of it, because there must be a pull, there must be something, right? Careful that you're not just working too hard to manifest them beyond their own choice. Do you know what I mean? Okay. And I'm going to get one more here about the outcome based on current energies. What kind of outcome for the near future can we see? It's sort of next move energy, next energetic space energy for the connection. What's lying ahead for number 2, the lapellite connections. 4 of Wands. Okay. So I think you're gonna, like, it sounds so superficial, but I just want to say, like, I get the feeling you're gonna go out and have a good time. Like, that's what I hear, but because 4 of Wands is about, like, the celebration. It can often mean, like, the wedding and the synchronicity, and, like, but it feels to me like you know, who knows farther down the line. But I think more immediately there's going to be a reconciliation or a renewal or something, you know, you'll be saved on the brink of ending. You know, so it's I feel there's gonna be like that wonderful kind of like making up feeling between you. And I'm not speaking very far ahead because I don't know what the future holds for the two of you. This seems a little complex, and I would say that, you know, you're gonna need patience, and you're gonna need to get still and listen to your own messages, you know, like we heard in the beginning. And you know, I remember a scenario where a friend of mine was seeing someone, and I was like, oh my goodness, this person is never going to come around, this person is never gonna like grow up, you know. I remember thinking that, and this has been a long time ago, maybe shoot 15 years or more. I remember thinking that they were so different, and their person's energy was so like just unready and unwilling, and I remember just being like, why do you even want this? Like like I just remember being like, what is happening here, you know? And I really didn't believe that it would last. And the and I must be telling you this for a reason, but it did last. It's still going, and there are children involved, and it's a beautiful thing. And I think that yeah, they grew up and they embraced it. And you know, so I don't like to, you know, you always hear like, you can't change people, don't try to change people, and that's valid. But I don't think sometimes it's about changing them. It's just about giving them space to figure shit out. So there is a possibility here that, you know, it looks like you guys are gonna bring it back together, get back on track, like move ahead. But, you know, do so cautiously. Listen, keep in touch with your guidance. Don't lose yourself yet. Let this person who's very mental, you know, do some other work on themselves and like getting themselves like where they need to mentally be. Maybe thinking that they lost you or that they're losing you would trigger and help the process. That's certainly possible. But, you know, at any rate, just, you know, try to embrace the now, but listen for your own personal guidance through it when you really just don't know what's happening, and what this person is doing it, because it feels like it's a little difficult for you to it may be difficult for you to read them. Yep. High Priestess is a challenge to that Page of Pentacles, where I said there was like this difference between you is like you're more kind of like spiritually tuned and probably more intuitive, and I just definitely got the feeling that like you may find them a little harder to understand through your intuition, because maybe they are just so different. And like I said, opposites attract. It's okay. And like the story I told you about my friends, it's all right. Sometimes it works out that way. So yeah, good luck to you. I don't know, but I think your person is working it out, and rather than, you know what to do. You know what they need from you right now. And in some cases that is space, and in some cases that is compassion, support, compassionate support. And you'll know when and where to give them what they need to sort it all out. All right. So thank you. See ya. Hi to the third group who chose the blue kyanite with the spider that you saw. The other cards that I got for you are Patience and Heron. Oh, I just got chills. I just, I want to say, I said it in the first reading, and I didn't say it in the second, but it was true just the same. These oracles, for each reading, they really resonate with each other, and they really complement each other and support each other. And it just makes me feel so confident in the message that you need to receive right now. And that for if you're finding this reading, there may be something synchronous for you that you needed to know or hear. And that's what this portion of the reading is about. The beginning is I'm looking at what you need to know or remember as you move through the uncertainty of the connection, the relationship, the situation, the unknown, the what that brings up and how that feels, and what you can do to sort of manage and progress. So spider is number one, a very creative energy. These are master crafters. They craft these webs of that are homes, that are feeding mechanisms, or ways to manage eating, beautifully crafted. I'm a huge fan of Charlotte's Web, just to bring that in. In fact, I have a Charlotte right here for you. It's a wind up. It doesn't work anymore. It's very old, but I've had it a very long time. Charlotte, she's one of my gurus. And I do have a spider tattoo, and I also have a heron, so you're you're in good hands. And I just got chills again. Okay, that means it's happening. That's great. So another thing about the spider, aside from being largely creative, which is telling me to tell you, don't forget the things that you can build and do, and use your creative outlets to expend that energy. Some of this energy, or some of the frazzled moments, could be diffused with crafting, I believe. I'll just leave it at crafting. Whatever you do that is creative, and that doesn't have to be art, but it does feel somewhat artful, do it. I mean, honestly, when people say, be creative, even if you feel like you're someone who isn't that creative, or you don't have the aesthetic or the skills, you can still, I can't believe I'm saying, I have never said this, but you could get one of those adult coloring books and just like get lost in the zone of just like coloring. Color is therapeutic, and just focusing on something like that is good. So that's just something. But otherwise, this spider is speaking about trust. It's speaking about just trusting that in yourself and in your purpose, and that your intentions matter, and that your intentions have space and will prosper and grow. You just have to believe in it. And also, oh, sorry. Yeah, you have to, I was just hearing and seeing, that you have to trust that everything that you're trying to attract is going to come to you. And the reason it was weird is because I was just seeing like a scene of a spider basically catching something in the web. And anyway, yeah, like it's all, you do the work you do for a reason, and everything you put out, everything you energetically expel into the universe, like is a signal to other energy to come into you. So when you put out heartfelt, focused, warm, a desire to be inspired, if you're not inspired, like whatever you're putting out, you're attracting and bringing in, like, the results from that. I'm not saying like if you put out a web you're gonna catch a web. I mean, obviously, like, you're putting you're putting all this work into your web so that you can catch flies and bugs and stuff to eat. So like, it's just it's that's how manifestation works, you know? Like, you just you carefully craft what it is you're trying to create for yourself. And if you can create some peace, great, because you will attract the best possible outcomes for yourself if you can create and output a peaceful, just well-intended energy, you know what I mean? And then, so yeah, with patience, there is a huge element of patience with all three of these cards. You just have to trust that what you're putting out is bringing back in what you deserve and need and want. You have to trust in divine timing, because other players are at play, other people's lives, other people's energies, other creatures' energies, like the way things are, the whole weirdness of space and time. Everything is just what it is, and you know, we're just finding our place in there. And when you just have to be somewhat trusting of how that works, and how that all you control is yourself, really, essentially your reactions to all of that, what you put out, and also your reactions to what comes in. So there's a message about, like, you know, slow down, just be, you know, just be. Look at this cactus just standing here. What does a cactus do? It just stands there and does what it's supposed to do, and you know, all of life goes on around it, and it stands in its purpose and its power. And like, I think that there's also you know, cacti like store all this water inside so that they can just live in these harsher, relatively harsh, drier conditions, you know. So it's like you have everything you need inside of yourself, and if you can just be with that and trust in that, it's your own personal nectar, it's your own personal source, and it will bring in complementary beings around you. And it's funny because, like, Heron, like I said, Heron is about patience. You know, this particular deck really focuses on, the book focuses on the gratitude element of what a heron is, and I believe that that does go with this, what I just said about this patience and this whole, like, idea of just trusting in who you are and that you're attracting what you need. But heron, I also happen to know, is patience, is about patience, which when I saw that, I was like, oh wow. The heron, you know, stands in complete stillness, like this cactus, like a spider will do, and waits with their skinny long legs looking like twigs in the water. They wait for the opportunity to fish, you know, to grab a fish or frog or whatever they're eating. And you know, the heron is just a beautiful messenger of the fruitfulness of patience, and the simplicity, and wonder in just being still, and grateful, like the gratitude card said. Grateful for who you are above everything. Grateful for your willingness to care about who you are and who you're becoming and what you put out into this world. And grateful for your ability to see that you can receive based on what you give. And so there's just, in this particular set, there's a real highlight on stillness, slowing down, patience, and attraction through that. So for you, aside from my suggestion that you might channel some of your energy into craft, like creative energy, is yours, and it's a power of yours, and you should use it. But aside from that, there's me telling you that in order to navigate times of uncertainty, just knowing that you don't have to know everything, knowing that the answers will come, knowing that what is meant for you will be for you and will be there, is really just a faith that you have to nourish. It's a belief and a feeling that you have to consciously maintain. You know, because it's not easy to always keep faith. It's so easy to be shaken and so easy to lose faith. So easy. So, you know, come back to it though, because I believe if it wasn't something you were somewhat familiar with, it wouldn't even make an appearance here. So yeah, I think that there is a call for meditation, in whatever way it is that you still yourself. I know personally, and I'm only saying because I just got like several flashes of imagery. I just got sitting in the sun and just really just enjoying the warmth of the sun on you, like when, you know, and then I got a flash of soaking in a bath and just really savoring what it is to be warm, to be in like a womb-like state, you know, like a bath is so comforting in that way that it can be warm and it's cozy in a different kind of way. It's not blanket cozy, right? Like water's a whole special other thing. And excuse me, those are two ideas that I just had that that I use, that I said because maybe, you know, I don't know, this one made me think of how much I love just like feeling some sun. Who doesn't, you know? Think of a lizard just sitting on a rock being like, yeah, this feels good. Or like the heron in the water, you know, and just thinking about like, it feels so nice to just be a little weightless in the water. So yeah. You got it. I know you got this. You didn't need me at all. All right, let's move on to tarot. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. I'm using this Mystic Medleys deck for connection messages, and I will be using Spirit Speak for some stuff about the person that you're inquiring about. Okay. These get really shuffled in between, but I like to go again. Okay. We're looking at where this connection is headed and the challenges. Blue kyanite number 3. Spider. Number 3, the spider. Let's look at this connection that this person is thinking of. Where's that headed? Where's this connection headed? Where's this connection headed? Knight of Cups, 2 of Cups, and the sad squirrel, which is unique to this deck. Okay. Now I'm looking at challenges, and then we'll talk. Challenges to the Knight of Cups right now. Chariot. Whoa. Come on. I saw it. And it feels relevant, but I still want to get another one. I'll put it here underneath. It's the Queen of Cups. challenges, especially regarding the Two of Cups challenges in this connection. And Page of Cups. All right. Oh, sad squirrel. Challenges. Challenges moving forward in this connection, especially regarding the sad squirrel. Okay. Are you ready for this? Okay. This connection is headed in a great place. For the most part. This reading has the energy of this person coming to you with, Knight of Cups, the one with the offer, the one with the, it's not even like the offer the way, say, Knight of Pentacles, or it is an offer, but it's like, it's really just an expression, like I really feel this person is going to express their feelings to you, express their heart. And the only challenge in that right now, the challenge I'm seeing for them to be able to do that is really just not having the self confidence, like not having the self esteem, almost. Like there's really, the only thing that's standing in the way or holding up such a thing is that this person is just really not feeling like worthy, or that they are in a good, right place, like, and then Two of Cups, yeah. That's the beautiful cup card with the relationship. That's the soulmate card. That's the union that is full of love and two souls coming together who really appreciate and care for each other. And the Queen of Cups came out, and I just, I had to keep her because there is, I feel here, regardless of anything, a lot of unconditional love between the two of you, a lot of care. Like this isn't just about a physical connection or even a practical connection. Like, this isn't just anything, this one's good and this one's deep. And this is a connection where the two of you, you really care for each other in spite of circumstances. You really care for each other and probably love each other regardless of anything that's real on this plane, like the things that make it difficult to be together, you are not going to shake the connection that you have. And with the Page of Cups being a challenge, I get the sense that, again, it's really just, the challenge is this person not being able to kind of like really step into that mature, ownership of their heart and their feelings, and like being able to give it, like I think that this person is very sweet. They're very sweet on you, and they probably make attempts to let you know that. Yeah, I mean, my goodness, cups. Oh my gosh, all your suites are cups except the majors and the exclusive card. Yeah, like there's just so much love and good emotion here. You have a page of knight and a queen and the two, which is the the perfect relationship cups card. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. I don't want to get too excited here. Let me let me just say that as for a challenge in, you know, the two of you coming or being together or again, is just really just a question of readiness to step into this night, readiness to go all into this, and because the page is sweet, but the page is a little more emotionally, I mean, I dare say younger, and I don't want to say immature because those both just seem like a little patronizing, because I think this person's heart is huge and valid. I think it's more a matter of the experience of relationships and feelings that is a little bit lacking here. Like, I think that this person probably has never felt quite this much before and doesn't really know necessarily like how to do this and how to do it right, and really wants to do it right and really just doesn't necessarily know how. Sad squirrel, you know, it's almost obvious, but I do want to kind of look in their little guidebook on the sad squirrel. There's a happy squirrel and a sad squirrel, which seem really obvious, right? But let me take a look anyway, in case there's something special. Exclusive cards. Sad squirrel. Sad squirrel's a little greedy and defensive and pessimistic. Okay. All right, that's kind of what I was imagining. But as far as like, you know, where's this connection headed? The sad squirrel energy, especially on the heels of all this, it just really tells me there's going to be a constant, continued, always present, how do I say this? This is, look, you know, it strikes me as an either, you know, like a mental health issue, like a mental wellness issue, or just a real kind of like, which ties into that, but like a real just pessimistic outlook. Like, I think there's going to be a constant need for your person to work on their mental health constantly. And it may rear its head, and you may not understand what it is sometimes. And maybe you do have understandings about mental health issues and feelings of sadness and hopelessness that come up, some depression that come up sometimes. And, you know, with the spider card in the beginning, and me getting the sense that you're somewhat creative, you probably do understand. But that said, none of us can really fully see through the eyes of another person's depression. Like, we all have things in common, like, you know, when it comes to it. Like, I understand, you know, there's so much that we share as humans that is like just standard for feelings of depression and sadness. But like, to be able to feel the exact feelings and the weight of it, and to address it, is very unique to each individual person who has their own lived experience and their own methods of coping, right? And so as for a challenge for that, you know, I mean, I see that as a constant presence, but, you know, challenging this this showing up in your future and in your throughout the course of your connection and your relationship is the world. So, you know, I feel a couple of things. I feel like there may be times when this person wants to throw up their hands and be done because of this. And, you know, those are probably going to be very trying moments for you when you're going to have to lean back into who you are and trusting that it's meant to be, it will be. Because this feels meant to be, if I'm being honest. And you know, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but you just have to believe that whatever is meant to be for you will be. And if you can lean into your creativity and lean in and be patient and just feel grateful for the experiences that you do have, there's a good chance that this person can grow and pull through, and you'll develop a stronger, an even stronger bond, and be able to help carry some of that load sometimes. Like, you know, while it is an individual thing that we have to deal with our own mentality and our own mental health and wellness, there is a lot to be said for having someone in your life who gets you. And I feel that you two definitely have a deep understanding of each other in this way. So the other thing about this world card is presenting as a challenge is, well, that I think it's gonna keep coming up again. Like I said, like I did say that across here, but I feel that going this way as well. Like it is this sort of sad element and mental health issue will not be cured overnight, and it may be lifelong, and it's just something that may be coming up again. But the good news here with this world card is I'm seeing it as you being able to show them how to have a greater perspective. If they're a more of a like Page of Cups energy, which is what I feel, you being able to inspire them to be the knight, inspire them to be in the two with the Queen of Cups, you know, and you being able to share your own experiences and your own wins and losses, and you will actually be assisting them in growing through some of the harder stuff that they deal with as a human. And I think that you would love them enough, and in a way that gives them room to grieve and be you know, who they are, and for all of the dark and light parts of them. Okay. Let's look at how this person is doing, how they're feeling, what they're thinking, what they intend. Okay. Show me what this blue finite number 3's person is feeling right now. Okay. Lovers. They feel your bond. What else? Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So in their feelings, in their heart, they know that you are good together. They know you are good for them. They may not know how good they are for you, but I think they do get a sense that you love them so much. And like basically, I think they are feeling your bond. That regardless of what state you're in, if you're together, separate, talking, regardless of your state, they are feeling your bond. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're not currently together, they're feeling it. you're on their mind, you're in their heart, and they feel that you're connected. If you are together, they're feeling it, you know? They're feeling it. And they're gonna tell you about that. The King of Pentacles is like, you know, they really feel like this connection is top of the tops, you know? They feel like this is the one to settle down with. This is you are. They feel that this is like, this could be everything that that they could want. They have enormous feelings of passion, of respect, of hope for your connection. They do. I think there's also here, there may be a little bit of a feeling of whether or not they're up to task, you know what I mean? Like whether or not they really are in an abundant enough place. Like with the King of Pentacles, we're talking about being like financially secure, really. Like are they're feeling, I think they're feeling that they want to be that. And whether or not they are is depends on you guys, but that's something that matters to them. And this is very earthy with all these, you know, this cups right here. That's very emotional. There's a lot of emotional stuff headed your way between the two of you. But you know, the Lovers is Gemini, that's air, and that's how they're like, you know, they're feeling this very this communication between you that exists on many planes. But also this Pentacles card is the groundedness that needs to be in place for it to actually work, you know. And I think that may be the type of thing that stresses them out. Whoa, let me look at thoughts. What are they recently thinking? Bukai Night number 3. Ooh. This is the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're thinking about how to take care of themselves. They're thinking about self-care. They're thinking about how to deal with this right here. They're thinking about it. They're trying to figure it out. They're thinking about it because they don't want to lose this once-in-a-life opportunity with you. They know how rare these connections are. They know how special you are. They appreciate you so much, and they realize they have to really get their own like shit together. And I mean that kind of not just in a real life way, but in a mental way. Thoughts. Page of Swords. Yeah, they're thinking about how to initiate communication about this. They're thinking about how to communicate, how to even initiate communication about the things that concern them, the things that they're working on, the things that they really ultimately want, honestly, in the end, you know, in the big picture, Okay. I'm going to look at their intentions now. What do they intend to do? The Sun, they're moving toward happiness. They're moving toward being with you because they believe you are a serious source of vitality and renewal and growth and experience and beauty, and they see you as just home in a way, you know, like it's so divine. They see you as a divine being and partner. What do they intend to do? They're moving toward happiness. That's they're just trying to move toward happiness. It feels like a block. What are they intending to do? Hierophant. Look at these major arcanas for you. You have the lovers and their feelings. You have some big, you know, obstacles, you know, or challenges in the forward movement, in the progression that are about like where you are. You know, major arcana is a lot about like place in life, you know. And for the Chariot in the world to show up in this particular space, it speaks to me about like a place in life just not being fully clicked in, like a real, like a jigsaw puzzle, like your place and their place, and it's just like not completely like clicked in. But they take a lot of the responsibility in their own minds for that, and they have to kind of like work through it. And I think, you know, they just ultimately want to be with you, and I think they're seeking what they know to be true and their own higher power. They're seeking in what they know to be true in their own higher power, answers and methods for healing. And I think they ultimately just intend to come toward you with a pure heart and the purest mind they can find. You know, like it's work for them to they seem very sensitive, this Page of Cups, but all these other cups, as far as like the connection goes, it's a sensitive connection, and they're sensitive. You know, some people say the Hierophant is marriage, or whatever you equate that to be. I definitely feel they intend to move toward you in whatever you consider that commitment to be. They want to give you, give you everything and bask like in the sun, like bask in the beauty and love that is between you. They want to be able to do that. So let me get an outlook for this connection based on current energy. What's an outlook here? 8 of Wands. Things are moving. Okay. Things are moving. 8 of Wands is definitely speaks of being in love and things moving quickly. I think once this Knight of Cups happens, once the admission of love and the readiness to do it and to admit it and to be in it and to go for it, once that happens, it's all like on, you know what I mean? Like you two are undeniable. This is very spiritual, and I think that the 8 of Wands is talking about like I feel like an unstoppable kind of force, you know, like something that is it's always about quickness, the 8 of Wands, and I do think there is a quick moving, like once it's on, and maybe it's on now and it's been on, but you know, like moving forward like full speed and like really really just like no looking back kind of feeling. But also, you know, I get the feeling this could come out of nowhere for some of you. Like you might not know when to expect something like this, even if you've had a suspicion it might happen, or you might not know that it's coming at all, but when it does, it's just gonna be like, whoa, like you really mean it, like you really like you want to do this with me, like that's the kind of sense I just got from that. So yeah, this is really sweet. This is really sweet. This is exciting. I hope you got something from this, and remember, stay creative. Don't let, you got your own stuff, like don't get caught up in worrying. Like just take those moments to be in stillness and remember, that what is meant for you will be coming. You are guided, and you can put out the energy to bring in, what is meant for you. All right. Okay. See you next time.